Friends, I want to share with you a story that will light up your day and also give you a very, very, very powerful tip in terms of people who are wanting to be parents, educators, parenting, etc. I was once a counselor in a day camp in Brooklyn, and in the camp there was a kid from a Syrian Jewish family. Now, it wasn't that like his grandparents came from Syria. His parents came from Syria in the 1990s. And I'm sitting around on the bus or one of the trips that we have, and I ask him, I say, what do you want to do when you grow up? And he says, when I grow up, I want to be a chacham. Now, what is a chacham? Or as he said, a chacham. A chacham is a wise person, but it's the Sephardic Syrian way of saying a rabbi, a scholar, a knowledgeable person. I said, oh, that's so interesting. Is there some... Now, I personally come from a family with many rabbis, scholars, so I know that that can be a motivation for a child to also go in the same path. So I asked him, are there any great rabbis in your family? What's the reason? How did you decide of all professions? He was in 5th grade or so. How did you decide to become a chacham at such a young age? Is your father, your grandfather a chacham? So he says, no. He says, my father works in a local deli in Brooklyn. He works very hard, and he makes sandwiches at the deli. But when he comes home after a very, very hard day of work, he sits at the living room table, he opens a book of Torah, of Jewish knowledge, and he studies. And the kid saw that and decided, wow, that's the path I want to take. That's what I want to become. I see how hard my father works, and I can say, okay, I also want to do the same. I see how hard my father works, and yet it's so important for him to study Torah, to set a time to study Torah. This is clearly something so important, so powerful. The child saw his father's hard work, and he saw that his father's learning was so important to him, and that's the path he wanted to take. Often, as parents, you can lecture, and you can tell, and you can try and encourage this or that, but your children ultimately know where you're sacrificing. Ultimately, they know where the hard work is coming. Ultimately, your children know where exactly it is that you're putting the highest emphasis. And it's that personal encouragement, that personal example that's going to go with them the farthest way.